is me, Terrible. It is time for the Week 10 preview video, starting with the Thursday night game. Right here, Bengals Ravens, nice divisional matchup. Bengals have struggled, but they've gotten it together. Offensively, at least the defense has been rough. The Ravens can definitely relate a little bit. They can relate a tiny bit to that. Their defense has not been the best either. The secondary hasn't been great. And this could be a good one. I'm hoping for a nice little shootout between these two high-powered offenses. One of these teams is gonna be chucking it. The other is gonna be running it around. Should be a pretty good one. This one is in Baltimore, so home one for the Ravens. They're coming into this 6-3. The Bengals are 4-5, and the line is -6 for the Ravens. So not surprising there. I would definitely give them the edge in this, although the Bengals have definitely turned it around. I think this is going to be a tough one for them to get. I think the Ravens play well and get this short week dub at home. So first one, we're going with the Ravens. Heading into Sunday, clearly the NFL doesn't give a shit about other countries getting to watch good football, because for Germany, they're sending the Giants and the Panthers. I don't know who signed off on that, but yeah, this is a nice little Germany game. 9:30 a.m. on a Sunday, 6:30 a.m. for the West Coast. But Giants come in 2-7, Panthers come in 2-7. Nice win last week. They managed to get a coach fired. That's pretty incredible. That's good. That's good for them. Good for them for sure. But in this case, I think the Giants are going to prove that they are the best 2-7 team that's visiting Germany on that day. So yeah, the line is actually Giants -6.5, and yeah, I gotta agree there. The Giants defense hasn't been bad. Daniel Jones not great, but he's got neighbors, and the offense has been okay enough to at least beat a bad team like the Panthers. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the G-men on this one. Sorry, Panthers. This should be good though. You have your first round pick this year, so it's gonna work out just fine. Heading into the 1 o'clock games, Sunday 1 o'clock. Right here, I got my Pats right here versus the Bears. Yes. This should be a good one. Pats come into this 2-7. Bears come in 4-4. They've looked a little shaky, but they have a home one in this. This one is in Chicago. The line is -6.5 for the Bears. You know, Bears defense has been alright. Offense has been alright at times. The O-line is trouble. The O-line is really bad. Man, I think the Patriots, I think they keep this one close. I definitely think they keep it close. -6.5. That's pretty steep. I can't believe it's that, but I think the Pats keep it close. But Bears should be able to pull that one out. I think they certainly get that one. But we move along. Bills versus the Colts. Bills come into this 7-2. They've played very well this year. Colts coming in at 4-5. They've had their ups and downs, but it seems like Joe Flacco is the answer. This one's in Indianapolis. The line is for the Bills, -4. And I'm surprised, of all the games we've gone over so far, these 3 games, this is the lowest line. This is the lowest margin of victory here for the Bills. I think there's a chance the Bills crush them. Maybe, I don't know. The Colts, they're a solid squad, so maybe they should be able to stay in it. But the Bills, they're just beating up on these teams. You know, the good ones, yeah, you have a little bit of trouble, but everybody else, the Bills seem to be able to just beat up on them. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the Bills in that one. This one, you don't have to say much about this one. We have the Chiefs versus the Broncos. The Broncos coming in 5-4. Chiefs are coming in 8-0. Undefeated this year. This one's in Kansas City. The line is -8. I think with a Chiefs team like this, I mean, now they had DeAndre Hopkins. What are the Titans doing, man? What are you doing? What are you doing, Titans? What are you doing? He's clearly, I mean, he's not his former self, but he's clearly got some left in the tank, and he looks pretty good. Looked pretty good last week, that's for sure. But hey, they got the Broncos. Broncos have been solid. They're at 5-4. You know, they're a solid squad this year. Can they beat up on a good Chiefs team, 8-0 unbeaten Chiefs team? Maybe, if it was at home, but it's not. It's not at home. And I got the Chiefs getting a pretty easy W. Another divisional matchup. They already faced this year, right? We already had this one. Falcons Saints is this matchup number 2, possibly. Falcons Saints. Falcons come in 6-3. Saints are 2-7. Just fired their coach. They got serious issues in New Orleans. But yeah, this one's at home in New Orleans, so they got a home one for the Saints. -3.5 line for the Falcons. It's not going to be that close. There's no way. The Saints, weren't very good before. Now they've been decimated by injuries, so they're even worse. They've lost 7 straight. That's absolutely crazy. Falcons, slow start to the year, but had some close wins and 6-3, and they look like the team that we thought they could be. So they're not, surprising, but also not surprising. We knew they could play like this. So I got the Falcons going in this one. Pretty much picking all the teams that have a minus sign on the betting odds. Well, maybe this one will change right here. 49ers versus the Buccaneers. This one could change right here. 49ers come in 4-4. Buccaneers come in 4-5. This one's in Tampa, Florida. Home one for the Buccaneers. -6.5 is the line. Is CMC playing? It doesn't matter. Jordan Mason has been solid. Baker Mayfield's actually questionable for this one. That ain't good. We'll see what happens. But yeah, 49ers, shaky start to the year, but they should be alright. No Ayuk for the year. It's going to be mentioned every week, but yeah, -6 for the Niners. I think it's going to be pretty close. I'm surprised by that 6. Buccaneers can really put up points. But I do have to go with the Niners on this one, so another boring pick. Come on, pick something better. Here we go. Maybe we got something here. We have the no logo team. I'm kidding. I'll switch them up. Here we go. There we go. Steelers versus the Commanders. 1 o'clock game. Steelers come in 6-2. Commanders come in 7-2. Steelers should be what? They're fresh off the bye week, right? Home one for the Commanders, -2.5 for the Commanders. As much as I like the Commanders, I think the Steelers get the job done. I think they'll be able to put enough pressure on Daniels. We'll see how he handles it. This will be a good test for him. This will be a good test. The Steelers have been tough this year. Oh wait, no, the Steelers played last week. Never mind. I don't think they had a bye. But yeah, the Steelers, I think their D will be tough. Should be a good one. Like I said, good test for Daniels. See how he can handle it. But I got the Steelers getting this one. Finally, we're picking. And so -2.5 line for the Commanders. We're going against that. So another 1 o'clock game. Lots of 1 o'clock games. This is the final one. Vikings versus the Jaguars. Vikings come in at 6-2. Jaguars come in at 2-7. This one's in Jacksonville. Nice home one for the Jags, but not like it's gonna matter that much. -7 line for the Vikings. These lines are crazy. This is insane. But yeah, I mean, I gotta agree. I gotta go Vikings here. They've just been solid all year, and it doesn't look like they're gonna slow down at all. I don't know if I'd say they're contenders yet with Darnold, but they're a pretty good team. That's for sure. They're pretty good. Yeah, gotta go Vikings there. We head into the 4 o'clock games. Chargers, Titans, another game that just doesn't feel like it'll be that close, and the line certainly reflects it. Chargers -7.5. They're coming into this one at 5-3. Titans are 6-2. Sorry, Titans, you're 2-6. But it's a home one for the Chargers. Chargers playing some solid ball. Titans are not. Nice win last week against the Pats, but that's about the best they can do. Alright, so yeah, in this case, gotta make the easy pick. Go with the Chargers. Even with that monster line. Once again, 4:25 game here. We got a solid divisional matchup. Eagles-Cowboys, always a good one. Eagles coming in at 6-2. The Cowboys coming in at 3-5. This one's in Dallas. -7.5 for the Eagles. Cowboys have been very disappointing. They've been very disappointing. Dak is now injured, so they are putting Cooper Rush out there. So yeah, that explains the -7 line for the Eagles. I do think the Eagles should be able to find a way to run away with that one. And the final 4 o'clock game, we got the Cardinals, man. We got the Cardinals. I regret taking the Bears over the Cardinals last week. That was a huge mistake, because I do like the Cardinals. I do believe in them, at least a little bit. But yeah, the Cardinals coming in 5-4. Jets are 3-6. This one's in Arizona. Jets got that -2 line. Jets have been a little better recently, but I like the Cardinals, man. I want to keep rolling with the Cardinals. Kyler Murray didn't even play well last week. He didn't do anything. He didn't do anything last week, and they still pretty much dominated the Bears. The Bears, they got their own troubles. The Jets, they got their troubles too, so I think the Cardinals come and get this one. I'm surprised the line is -2 for the Jets, because, yeah, right here, I'm taking the Cards. We head into Sunday night, Texans versus the Lions. Of course, the Texans, without Stephon Diggs. They do have this home game, though, on Sunday night. They got the 7-1 Lions. The Texans are 6-3. And the line is -3.5 for the Lions. I gotta say, that's pretty good. I would take that. I would take the Lions. I would pick the Lions. Because the Texans are, I gotta check on Will Anderson. What's up with him? Let's see. How you doing? How is he doing? I don't even see him there. He got injured last week, right? Oh well. Nico Collins on IR. No Diggs. But yeah. Tough loss to the Jets last week in the short week, but they got an even tougher team than that coming up. With the Lions here, but I think the Lions, there's a good chance they blow them out. -3.5, that's not enough. I think they come into Houston and just flat out dominate like they've been doing. They've been doing that. In the final matchup we have for Monday night, Dolphins versus the Rams. Dolphins come in at 2-6. Rams are 4-4. Rams have bounced back since they're getting their offensive weapons back. It is a home game for them. Dolphins, have looked better with Tua, but same issue. A couple of close losses and just haven't been able to get the job done. Maybe they do it here. Maybe they don't. I don't think they will. I gotta go Rams in this one. I think the Rams -1. I think they get the dub. Monday night, nice little home matchup. Dolphins, I don't know. I think maybe the Dolphins come. There's a good chance they come out and take this one, because they lose and their season's probably over. They win, they're still hanging on by a thread, but 2-6, that's tough. They're 1-3 in away games right now, and I do believe that'll be 1-4. I think the Rams will get this one, so there it is. That is the preview video for this week, week 10. Should be exciting. Our bye week teams are the Browns, the Packers, the Raiders, and the Seahawks. So, yeah. If you got any fantasy guys on those teams, I would get them to the bench immediately.